Hello world, I'm Brian, and let's walk through the One Day More challenge. In One Day More, you are asked to take a year as an integer from standard input, and then check to see whether or not that year is a leap year or not a leap year. We told you the rules for whether a year is a leap year or not. Recall that if a year is not a multiple of 4, like 2003, 2005, or 2007, then the year is definitely not a leap year. In general, years that are multiples of 4, like 2004 and 2008, can be leap years, but there are some exceptions to this. If the year is a multiple of 100, like 1700 or 1800, then the year is not a leap year, unless that year is also a multiple of 400. So years like 1600 and 2000 are leap years. Now let's take a look at the code that we can use in order to check to see whether or not a year is a leap year. The key is this here, line number 9, which performs some Boolean logic to check to see whether or not a year is a leap year. One thing we know for sure is that in order for a year to be a leap year, it needs to be a multiple of 4. So we can check to see whether or not the year is a multiple of 4 by using the mod operator, which checks for the remainder when the year is divided by 4. So a year, if it is a multiple of 4, in order to be a leap year, it also needs to either not be a multiple of 100 or be a multiple of 400. So we can add this second part of the Boolean logic here, which checks to see whether the year is either not a multiple of 100 or a multiple of 400. And if either of those conditions are true, and the year is a multiple of 4, then we can print that yes, this year is a leap year. Otherwise, we would end up printing that the year is not a leap year. So if we were to run this program by typing /onedaymore, and type in a year that is clearly not a multiple of 4, like 2005, then it's not going to get caught in this year is a multiple of 4, and we'll end up printing not leap year. On the other hand, if we print out a year that is a multiple of 4, like 2004, but that is not a multiple of 100, then both of these conditions are satisfied, and we get that it is a leap year. If we choose instead a year that is a multiple of 100, but is not a multiple of 400, so neither of these two conditions will hold true, like the year 1900, for example, then although the year is a multiple of 4, it's not going to pass the second condition, and so that year is not a leap year. And the final case we can test is if the year is a multiple of 400, a year like 2000, in which case it's not only a multiple of 4, but also a multiple of 400, and so the year 2000 is in fact a leap year. This was One Day More.